Hi, I am Dr. Dinesh Kumar Chirla. I'm a pediatrician. I'm a director of intensive care services at Red Mushrooms Hospital. COVID 19 has been the biggest crisis humanity has been facing. This has been the biggest challenge for healthcare personnel and also for parents worrying about the children. Fortunately, from the data coming from the countries which have been severely affected, take it Italy, China, or US, or any of the European countries, children seems to be spared. They don't seem to be affected with severe COVID-19 infection. Among the children who are affected, nearly 90% of the children are having mild to moderate symptoms or they are asymptomatic. Only 10% of the children are either having severe symptoms or are critical. So, which are the children who are having severe symptoms or critical? Most of them are either less than 5 years, among them less than 1 year, or they are the children who are having other comorbid factors like they're having cancer or malignancies, or having moderate to severe asthma, diabetes, or chronic or liver or kidney diseases, or have immunosuppressions because of transplantation, any of this or cardiac diseases. These are the children who are at risk of developing severe diseases. Most of the parents have these questions about what should I do with the vaccinations, especially with the lockdown and not having access to healthcare. The date for the vaccination sort of they cannot come to the healthcare facilities. A couple of weeks of delay for most of the vaccination is fine. However, looking at the data of previous epidemics which we have faced, it is very important not only to prevent COVID 19, but it's also important for us to prevent vaccine preventable diseases. There are clear guidelines from Ministry of Family Healthcare from India, also from CDC and WHO, that we should go ahead with the vaccination as usual, especially the primary vaccination in children, especially less than 24 months. The precautions we should take is wherever we are taking vaccination, all the infection control practices and social distancing norms should be practiced. So, what are the recommendations we should practice? Either the healthcare facilities which is doing vaccinations should have some specific days where they do vaccine and they should not mix with the usual crowd, or they have a specific times where they do only vaccinations, or they have specific areas so that they are protecting the children who are healthy and coming for vaccinations to other children who are sicker. And this is something which most of the healthcare facilities have been advised, so that those children who have to take vaccine should carry on with the routine vaccinations so that we prevent the vaccine preventable diseases. So my advice to most of the parents would be to please contact your respective doctors and go ahead with your with vaccinations and prevent vaccine preventable diseases. The second question a lot of parents have is, as COVID 19 can affect anyone, so it can affect a pregnant woman or a breastfeeding mother. So, what should we do with the breastfeeding and what precaution we should take with the newborn? Though the studies have been limited, the virus was not isolated in the breast milk. So, COVID 19 cannot be transmitted to the breast milk. Breast milk is the most precious thing. The benefit of breastfeed outweighs the risk associated with not giving breastfeeding. So, the universal recommendation is that we should continue with the breastfeeding. However, there's a little bit risk of transmission through aerosol from mother to baby while breastfeeding. So there are two types of recommendations when it comes to breastfeeding if a mother is having a suspected COVID 19 or a proven COVID 19. One is she can express her breastfeeding. Either she can wash her hands and breast and express it into a container, and someone who is not exposed to COVID 19 can feed the child till mother is asymptomatic and two of her reports comes COVID 19 negative. So that is the safest way of trying to feed the child. The second way, which is still acceptable, would be mother puts a mask, washes her hands and breast, and continues to breastfeed the child. Still, there will be some protective factors from the breast milk which will be transmitted to the baby, which will also protect the baby. However, in the second method, there's a little bit risk of transmission of COVID 19 to the newborn. However, from the data which has come so far, none of the newborns have been severely affected because of COVID 19. What are the precautions the parent should take post lockdown? Suddenly, see, lockdown was a phase which any of the government institutions throughout the world have taken so that we get ready to face in case there is a sudden spurt of cases. So post lockdown, suddenly we should not get relaxed, saying that thing is over. This virus is going to haunt us for another few months. We do not know. Is it 3 months, 6 months? Till we get a vaccine, we have to be very careful. So what are the precautions we should take for children? I think we should still follow the social distance now. We should not expose our children to anyone who is having cold cough. We should not expose our children to sick people. We should continue to, for small children, we should ensure that we should wash their toys regularly. We should ensure that they wear masks when they're going out. We should teach them about the respiratory etiquettes. And especially with the high risk group, we should ensure that they are not exposed to any of the patients. Also, for small cases, for small complaints, many of the hospitals now are providing video consultations. So take video consultations, speak to your doctors, and check with them whether it's really required to visit the hospital. Identify the uh, high risk complaints for which you have to visit the hospitals. These are some of the ways which you can reduce the risk of COVID 19 in your children.